Senator Duckworth, I believe, is with us via WebEx.
Yes, thank you so much, Senator Kane. I want to open by acknowledging the Department of the Navy's leadership in removing the Confederate flag from Navy and Marine Corps installations. Commandant Berger, you specifically led the way for other military services in a move that I felt displayed great concern for all of your Marines and sailors and great personal moral courage. Your expectation that the Marines and sailors assist you in rooting out symbols that cause division in the ranks sets a clear standard of leadership, and this is a readiness issue, and I think you have made that very clear. Additionally, your recognition that the Confederate Army's battle flag can cause feelings of, and I quote, pain and rejection, plainly states a truth that other senior leaders have failed to acknowledge for so long. The Confederate flag was carried by those who took up arms against the United States to keep Black Americans in chains. It's imperative that all of our service members feel welcomed and valued. Banning displays of the Confederate flag shows respect for Black service members who already face well-documented barriers to service in the military and inclusions in the ranks. Commandant, your actions represent one of the many important steps that our armed services can take to improve the inclusion of all service members, as well as discipline and unit cohesion. I applaud your leadership, and I also applaud you, Admiral Gilday, for your subsequent call for a Navy order banning the display of the Confederate flag from public spaces aboard Navy installations. Now that we get into my question, I actually want to focus on a region that is personally important to me, Southeast Asia in particular. The National Defense Strategy, the NDS, focuses significant attention on countering the rise of China and our own readiness to operate in this large, geographically diverse, distributed, and maritime region is absolutely key to executing the vision that is laid out in the NDS. General Berger, I was pleased to see you acknowledgement in your written statement that our operational logistics system, both ground and aviation, is insufficient to meet the challenges posed by peer and near-peer conflict, especially in the Indo-Pacific. I'm very concerned about our ability to sustain our troops while they execute the vision of warfighting that's laid out in the NDS, but the logistics function of warfighting receives far less attention than fires and maneuver. Your admission that the Marine Corps has work to do when it comes to logistics gives me greater confidence that you are thinking realistically about this problem set. I think that your recognition that readiness, particularly in the Indo-Pacific, implies more than simply maintaining legacy equipment is a really important one. As services plan to operate in smaller, more distributed formations across a large and geopolitically complex region, perhaps with limited comms, it's clear that the military services will have to rethink the way they sustain warfighters in theater. General Berger, from your perspective, what are the biggest challenges to reforming the Marine Corps' current operational logistics to meet the needs of distributed warfare? Pacific? Sorry for the long preamble.
I think I understand the question, Senator. We have a big challenge because two factors, I think. One is the distances, which you highlighted. The second is that we've enjoyed a protected backside in terms of our logistics chains for 70 years. We have not been challenged. We are now. We have to assume that any adversary is going to contest our logistics supply chains. So we have, in terms of what do we have to do about it, I'll offer just two or three thoughts. First of all, we got to be able to distribute laterally at the tactical to operational level sustainment, supplies, equipment, people in a way we have not been challenged to do in the past. And we got to do it again in a contested environment. And by contested, I mean in a region where an adversary can see us and can interdict you. So we have to have everything from the surface craft to the aircraft, and probably in the future, I would suspect a fair portion of that being unmanned. We have to have better distribution mechanisms than we have right now. From the operational to strategic, we've enjoyed a secure line all the way back to CONUS, as you pointed out, for years. Has not been challenged. That is a challenge. That's now becoming a problem. So from the strategic to the operational, we got to push the supplies forward, and then operationally to tactical. Laterally, we are going to need different means to move supplies and equipment and people laterally within the second or first island chain, or within Europe, or within CENTCOM.
Well, thank you. So Are there policies or programs that my colleagues and I should be considering at our level to address these challenges and better adapt to an environment and style of war fighting that is very different from what we've seen in Afghanistan and Iraq? So what can we do here at our level, here in the Senate, in terms of particular programs that will help you basically bring your readiness level in those logistical networks, especially when you're talking about doing it horizontally in a contested environment? What can we do to support you? Are there particular programs that you would emphasize?
There are, ma'am. I think the combination of oversight and resourcing for our unmanned surface and aerial systems is probably the biggest area. I'm sure there are others, but you asked me here, I would say that one comes to mind. We have to move very quickly to develop and field the unmanned surface vessels and unmanned aerial systems that'll move those supplies, because we'll never get there if we rely only on manned systems. And we have a lot of learning to do there. We have a lot of experimentation to do there. But if there's one area I'd ask for support there, that would be it.
Thank
Senator,
you.
it's a C and O.
Thank you.
Can I add
Admiral
something
Gilday,
real
do you want to weigh in? Just Admiral Gilday, you can weigh in, and then I will move to Senator Jones, if that's okay, Senator Duckworth.
Senator Duckworth?
Yes, my next question was actually going to be to ask Admiral Gilday for his input. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate the opportunity. And to amplify on what General Berger so eloquently spoke to, we have a legislative proposal right now with the NDA.
And then we were means to lateral on chain or with
Policies